Hi, I'm Jesse Sutton.
And I'm Lawrence Grayson, and you're watching ShortList, the technology show you can eat between meals without spoiling your appetite.
With fraud, internet crime and identity theft on the rise, it's more important than ever to be aware of your PC security. After all, you never know who might be looking at your data.
So today's show is about the best things you can do to keep your valuable data away from prying eyes.
And we don't just mean the usual, use your firewall, keep your antivirus up to date kind of advice.
No, while antivirus software is always your first line of defense, there's a lot more you can do to keep your data out of harm's way. And the good news here is you can do all of this without touching your wallet.
So let's get you started with this one.
Like a lot of people, I'm pretty lazy when it comes to passwords, and I'll freely admit that I've used the same one for several different services.
This is a big mistake, particularly if the password you use is easily cracked.
Well, it is now. Everyone's just seen it.
Right, Kerry, dude.
Moving on.
Not everyone has the photographic memory needed to remember several different high-security passwords.
The simple solution to this problem is a password manager, like the oddly named Keep Arse.
I think that's supposed to be KeepArse.
You know, I wondered about that.
Keeping them all in a safe place means you can use complex passwords without having to worry about remembering them.
Instead, you just need to remember the master access password that you use to open your password manager.
If you work on more than one PC, you can keep your password manager on a USB drive, like this one. That way, you can carry them with you wherever you go.
Next up is this.
McAfee's free-to-download Site Advisor is a new browser plugin for Internet Explorer or Firefox that helps you assess the risk of clicking the links in your search results.
By cross-checking them against a constantly updated database, Site Advisor can give you a pretty clear indication of whether or not the site you're about to visit is dodgy.
Information is provided by a small icon next to the search engine link, telling you if the site has bad links, a reputation for sending spam, or more importantly, has downloadable files that contain spyware or malware.
It's an extremely useful piece of software that could easily stop you from getting into trouble. We strongly recommend that you give it a go.
Number 3 on the list is this one.
A lot of people think that data is wiped from your hard drive when you delete it, but this is not the case.
In fact, most computers just delete the reference in the file allocation table, which means that the file itself is still intact. It just looks as though it's gone.
As a result, this data is easily recoverable with the right software.
The only way to delete your data properly is to override it with more data, several times if you want to be really sure it's gone.
This is particularly important if you're planning to sell your old PC or hard drive and want to make sure there's no personal data left on it.
There are several useful tools for this. For a complete disk wipe, we recommend DBAN.
This software lets you create a boot disk that can overwrite an entire drive several times, which should make sure your deleted data stays safe from everything but the most hardcore forensic software.
If you just want to delete specific files and make sure that free space in your hard drive doesn't contain any old data, then use Summit Computer's Hard Disk Scrub.
The heavy scrub setting is the most secure, and the software can also scrub any free space on the drive, making sure your deleted files stay deleted. Not only that, it makes your hard drive smell better too.
You just made that last bit up, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's file deletion covered, but how about the stuff that you actually want to keep?
Well, that's where number 4 on our list comes in.
We all know that encryption helps to keep your data safe from prying eyes, but very few of us bother to use it to protect our own personal data.
The good news here is that Windows XP Professional has its own encryption functionality built in.
To enable encryption, just right-click the folder you want to encrypt and select Properties.
In the menu that appears, click on Advanced and then check the box that says Encrypt Contents to Secure Data.
This doesn't alter your ability to open, copy, or change the data in your encrypted file, but it does mean that anyone else who's trying to access the file will be told that they don't have the necessary access privileges to do so.
Vista also has an encryption system called BitLocker, but we'll save that for another time.
And finally, we have this one.
Wireless networking gear is all the rage these days, but it's amazing how many people leave their networks wide open.
We don't have time to cover everything you can do to lock down your network, but we would strongly recommend the following basic steps.
Change the default manufacturer's login and password on your network hardware.
And turn off SSID broadcasting. It's hard enough to keep your network secure without your router shouting out its identity to anyone within range.
And finally, enable encryption, even if it's only basic web encryption. It's better than nothing. Without it, you'll be opening up your network to anyone who wants to use it.
Like your next door neighbour, who could easily be downloading his porn on your internet connection.
That's it for this short list.
Keep your eyes open for the next one, and tell your friends. We could do with the traffic.
Yeah. See you next time. What, have I got something on my face or something?
Yeah, your face.
Oh, no. You can't bottle it up. No. One potato soup. One potato soup. It's all right. Just let it out.
I think I should just drink. That worked last time.